Test.
Oh, I sit and watch as the sun's going down, as the rain is pouring down. There's a fan blowing in the background. So to get away from all the noise, I went searching for a place with no noise. I found this place where you can be free and chase those ghosts in the woods and through the trees. The hunter call of the wild. Now with those mountains and valleys and lakes, there's many a good hide and many a place to track and stalk and bring back all I need. For them animals running round, it's just another day. But with those bucks running round and ducks flying away, I'll use the couch as a rightful rest. Well, if I want me some fun, then this way is the best. The hunter call of the wild. The hunter call of the wild. With those mountains and valleys and lakes, there's many a good hide and many a place to track and stalk and bring back all I need. For them animals running round, it's just another day. But with those bucks running round and ducks flying away, I'll use the couch as a rightful rest. Well, if I want me some fun, then this way is the best. The hunter call of the wild. The hunter call of the wild.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Real and Virtual Outdoors. It has been a while. Let me make sure I got audio. Hello, everybody. Yep, we got it. We do not need this up here, so I can take that down because we're not doing a grind today. All right. Let's call a few people out. Let's do that first. Downtown Ernie Brown is here. Good to see you, buddy. There's my old friend Chad, Polar Bear. Good to see you. There's my sweet friend Lisa. It's been a long time since we talked. Yeah, we just got off the phone. Oh, my goodness. Alabama Whitetail is here. And that is people that has chatted so far. Hello to the people watching in the background. Let me change that over to live chat. All right. Hello, Buffalo Troy. Yes, Lord, I did play the Buffaloes, and I did come home with some money. So, the Buffaloes paid. They sure did. We are in, and I'm going to butcher the hell out of this. I believe that's pronounced Intisuyu, but I don't know that. Intisuyu. I think that's what it's how it's pronounced. According to Google, that's how it's pronounced. Probably didn't come out of this old country voice all that great, but it is what it is. You get what you pay for. All right. This is the Peru map. I have never been on it. So this will be the first time that we are opening it together. The big enchilada on this map is standing in the picture there. It's a leopard. And they are aggressive, and they will attack you, and they will eat you, and they will kill you. So, have to be watchful for that today. So we're going to crack this map for the first time. I have chosen my rifle today. I will be taking the Mosin Nagant 7.62 by 54R, which is basically a military grade 30-06. Not quite as heavy, but it's military ammo. We're going to take that rifle today because it's a 3-7. Most animals on this map, beside the little bitty animals, will suffice with the Mosin. What's up, transgender Troy?
Welcome to Intisuyu Hunting Reserve. My name is Maria del Carmen de la Rosa Solorzano, but you can call me Maria.
And my name is Freddy. Just Freddy.
Together, we will show you the very best hunting that Peru has to offer. Once upon a time, the vicuña in the mountains and the jaguar in the jungle were easy to find in Peru. Now their numbers are constantly threatened by human development and poaching.
But here at Intisuyu, we work hard to make sure all of our animal populations are healthy. You'll find many rare animals here, but also familiar ones, like the white-tailed deer that you can hunt.
And don't forget our 257 different plant species.
Of course! How could I forget our 257 different plant species?
Yes, we're happy with our paradise on Earth. And we're happy with volunteer hunters like you to help us preserve this paradise. Now, Freddy, why don't you drop off our newest visitor and show them where they can get started?
Yes, Maria, right away. Smell that mountain air. You're in the Yungas, my friend. Here, there are many different animal species and open sightlines. It's a great place to hunt for a newcomer. Speaking of hunting, I think I spotted some tracks near you not too long ago. Why don't you follow them and see where they lead? Hunting in the Yungas for the first time. What I give to be in your shoes and not behind this mountain of paperwork.
Alright, we're going to start walking and opening this map up. Hello, Moon. Curtis says the fan club is here. Well, I'm glad to have my fan club. Somebody else I missed. Come in, Rowdy, come in. Now we are looking for bigger animals, of course. I'm not really interested in shooting much of rodents today. On the way to the water now. Good deal. Yeah, I didn't do a live on Tuesday. I just didn't have it in me, guys. I was pretty well give out. In fact, today's the first day I really feel like I've rested. It's a long trip for an old handicap like me. But I'm getting back to normal now, so we're probably going to do this Peru map probably another 3 or 4 live streams. I like to show them off well. It's the first time I've seen it, other than the few short videos that I watched. So I'm interested to check out the landscape and see what kind of map it's going to be. Is it going to be heavy with brush, or is it going to have some open areas? How am I going to have to hunt it? That's always the thing. How do you have to hunt? Some maps you have to hunt differently because of the way they're structured. Crow was wore out from the casino. Yeah, we had, some late nights visiting. In fact, I didn't even go to the casino on the last night. I played the first 3 nights and won a little money, so I said, well, we're just going to shut it off there. Got to know when to quit when you're doing the slots. I went down there and put $20. Oh, Randy. I went down there and put $20 in the machine and hit. And hit good. But the other 3 nights, I went down there and lost $60 a night. And once I lost 60 each night, I just quit. Because it wasn't paying. So there wasn't no sense in beating a dead horse. And that's the thing with the machine. You sit down at one, it's the first machine I sit down at one, put $20 in it and hit. Hadn't played a lick. Y'all hear that? We may be fixed to get eat. He may come running out of there. He's backed up some. Let's see if we can see him. I don't see him. Yeah, she's surprised. Oh shit, that scared the shit out of me. I don't see this guy, so this may get kind of hairy. That is one of those aggressive cats. I'm walking towards him. I just hope he don't jump out and make lunch out of me. That's actually a puma. We're going to walk with the rifle in our hand in a few minutes. I really don't want to shoot it with this rifle. This rifle's too big. This is only for defensive purposes only. Yeah, they surprised me. I didn't know Lisa and Randy were coming. I was convinced they wasn't going to be able to make it. Oh, that scared the devil out of me. And I was happy to see them. They did make it, so. They had me fooled. I didn't think they were coming. It's a fun trip, though. I sure did. I was pleasantly surprised to see y'all. Takes a little bit of work to get one over on old Troy. But I was glad to see y'all. I was glad to see everybody. Yeah, no kidding, right? They all running around chasing me around like I'm some beauty queen or something trying to grope me. Oh, Lord, John is the world's worst. It's a fun experience to get to watch the guys weigh in and, you know, what they's able to go out, catch, and get done. And, you know, the show, and a lot of people are coming through on Sunday, even Sunday, and buying a lot of stuff. So it was, the booth was busy. It was a fun time. No way in the world I'd want to make that trip every month. Listen, that's a lot of work to do them shows. All that setting up. I knew there was going to be a lot of that, but I didn't know how much it was going to be. It's really a lot to do one of those shows. You working for what you get, I'll tell you that. What are the hunting laws in Peru? Hell, who knows? I sure don't. There's an animal right there. What is that? That is a South American tapir, I believe that's what that's called. They got some wild animals on this thing. That's a little open spot right here probably wouldn't be a bad spot to put in a stand and a feeder down the road. I know it made you see me. Yeah, it made my day to see everybody. I enjoyed seeing everybody. It was a lot of fun. Got to meet some people I hadn't got to meet yet. Got to meet Tank and Jeremy, Rio, and I hadn't got to meet Danny yet. Richard, got to see them. So, the folks that I hadn't got to meet before. Got to watch them fish and compete in the You got a great one. Congratulations, Tyler. I'm still doing the grind from whitetail on Mississippi. I did some on it the other day and got about, I don't know, 50, 60 more kills in. We're going to get back to that. But I wanted to look at this map. It was the jaguar? Yeah. Jaguar up this hill. These jaguars are not going to be easy to hunt. And as I approach up here, I'm going to get the big gun out because he's right up somewhere in that dense forest there. Or brush, rather. He'd like to come running out there just any minute. That was not a jaguar. Laid down right there. We're gonna try to get a shot. I may have shot that joker in the butt. He's hard to see. I got him. He sure didn't run like he's hit hard. But he didn't go far. Let's look at this interesting critter. Get around the brush. Yeah, I shot him in the butt. Alright, first animal in Peru. It was hunting me. Yeah, I'm sure it was. Alright, let's go unlock this outpost. Eventually I want to take one with a bow. The jaguar. I did take a tiger with a bow. Got that done. Got that done on live. That was a pretty good hunt. Last minute thing. Let's unlock this. Alright, now let's see where we want to go from here. I'm going to go check this out. And then we're going to double back and go down here and unlock this outpost. And the reason... Shit. For all that is because I want to get this map unlocked. So we're kind of hunting as we go. Yeah, I wanted to say congratulations to Kelly on winning the whitetail competition for the month of July. But Kelly finally got first place, so his name will now go on the board. Right, well, and I did the hunting because I wasn't here. And usually I do really good on the deer. And Buck didn't hunt it. I don't know why he didn't hunt it. But congratulations to Kelly for getting the job done. We've got parity. I think Buck has won a couple. I've won a couple. Matt won one. Nicholas has won one. Now Kelly's won one. So Steve has kind of been on break with his health issues. And now we're doing is waiting on Ernie to win one. And if Ernie wins one, everybody will have won one. And that's parity. That's what we want. We don't want the same folks winning all the time. If you win all the time, you earn it, that's different. But we try to keep the rules simple, but effective. He did do good. He shot some nice deer. Ernie been busy, yeah. You could watch that video on Kelly's channel about who won the competition on Ghost Boy Gaming or Ghost Tech Gaming. The link to that YouTube channel is in the description of this video always. It's always here. I will be coming out we will be coming up with the August competition. And then the one in September we will be going to Fishing Planet. Alright, this is a stand. I'm not going to unlock this right now because I don't know this landscape well enough to know if I even want to put the money into that or I want to put my own stand up. And that will greatly depend on the wind directions and what feeds here at what time and what the wind is, what I do here. Be glad for you too, Ernie. Alright, there's an animal up here. I'm going to crouch down because that animal's probably going to come out of this behind this break here in a minute. I'm just going to wait. See if he does. Or I can get a shot at him. He's on the other side of that hill. Here comes another one. I could actually shoot that one. If it don't go behind the brush, which it did. Gonna walk right out in that ravine. And leave it with no shot. Well, that just figure. Just basically get the layout of the land. Some people choose to drive around and unlock all these outposts. And look how many there is. This is a huge map, by the way. I wonder what's over here. This ought to be interesting to see what's over here next to this river. But I don't do that. I don't drive around and open the map. to start out with. I prefer to walk it. And I know that takes a lot of time. But it also gives me an opportunity to look for spots that I want to hunt and open up zones that I may miss on a four-wheeler. And look for areas that holds interest that I may want to go back and find a good feeding zone with a good tree like these trees over here to put a tree stand in or whatever. Assuming a tree stand will work on those trees if they're straight enough. It's just my preference. I like to get a lay of the land. And I will stop and glass, and that's why. That's a very big puma right there. And that's why I stop and glass, because in these open areas, because there could be something out there like it was right then. I'm going to ease around these trees and up through here and get me a shot at this puma laying there. River has a lot of jags. I would assume it does. Alright, I'm going to get a shot on this dude here. I'll try to get the angle to put a shot on him. I think I can slip it in right there. We smoked him. We smoked him. That was a 6 very hard right there, folks. Nice cat. We'll walk up here and see what we got. We did hit him hard. So. And then we'll continue on to the next destination. Now he was laying down up here, so the chances are high there's probably a resting spot up here. So we're just going to walk straight up here and find our blood spot, and we'll track down our puma. I will be mostly interested in the deer on the map and the pumas and the jags. When I come to this map, that's what I'll hunt. Probably 90% of the time. And you can see by the blood stain that I got a good solid hit, so he's not going to be far. That was a good vital hit in the lung. May have got 2, don't know. We're going to find out though. There he is. Nice big cat. 39 is a diamond. He's 36.53. And I did get lung. 1 lung. But it'll do the job. continue on. See, we just picked up a feeding zone. So, September, we're going to switch over to Fishing Planet and do some competitions. Now, when I say switch, that doesn't mean that we're going to not have competitions, because we are. And I'm going to talk to the members and see how busy they are. We may even do a mix in a month where we have both fishing and a hunting competition. We may do it where you hunt on Saturday and you fish. You either hunt Friday and Saturday and you fish Sunday, or you have a weekend thing. You don't have to catch a bag of fish and do a hunt. So we may do something like that. It just all depends on what the members have got going in life. Kelly's not going to be doing much of the fishing because he's got other projects, and he helps be a host. And it's nice to have somebody to help you. Especially when I've got things going on. So it's nice that Kelly steps up and helps me, and I appreciate him. And he does a good job. His AI videos get much better too. So he's learning how to do new things, and that's one thing he's busy on right now, is doing intro videos. The intro videos that he's selling. If you all are looking for an intro video or something, he makes those and sells them. So what do I see about this map, first of all? Well, what I've seen of it, which is a small portion. As you can see, this lighted up area is what I've been through. But for this section, it'll be interesting to see when I get up north and then back to the south, what it looks like. What I see right now, firsthand, in this area is probably a good bow hunting area. A lot of dense vegetation that you have to deal with. But this map is a shotgun, buckshot, to be perfect on this map. Or a rifle with open sights. This would be a map that you would want to hunt open sights on. It's, from what I see so far. He's always late to post the winners. Yeah, well, he's... we're going to walk down here to the river. We're going to walk over towards this next stand. Yeah, he sometimes he does get behind on that. But he's got, just about every night of the week, he's got something going on. Either he's live streaming or he's got his daughter's playing softball or something. So. Oh, shit. I sound like Patty. I'm trying not to get eat here. I know it's going to happen. Eventually. But yeah, he's got stuff going all the time, so. There will be a $25 Amazon gift card for the winner of September's bass fishing competition. Be doing that again. I will be participating in it, but I will not be eligible for the gift card. Excluding my weight, whoever is the highest weight will win the gift card. Mine won't count. It just will be there for, because I wanted to finish it. I'll probably announce it, but it won't be. If I win, I won't win. So, what I'm trying to say. I'll go to the next guy for the gift card thing. I mean, you see how far you can see, right? 50 yards. It's right there to that tree's 51 yards. 40-something yards, 50. I mean, this is great shotgun weather. Yeah, he's got a lot. He's got a lot going on. Plus, he's got a full-time job, so. But. That joker's lurking me. I think it's some gun's following me. What's say, Akalu? I'm looking for a jaguar that's trailing me is what he's doing. He's trying to turn me into lunch. Oh, Kelly. I was just talking about you. No, but he's talking about the video you did for the hunting club, and I was saying how much I appreciated your help. So that damn thing's gonna end up eating me. You watch. Yeah, I know they will. He's He's been following me for a mile. Probably gonna get me. Boy, there's lots of brush through here. It's gonna be hard to get a long shot on this map. This whole map looks like this. You're gonna be doing some close quarter shoot. I know the whole map's not gonna look like this, but let me ease up on this river here. See what's down here. I don't know anything about this map. It's the first time I've been on it, so you got to kind of learn it as you go. All right, can we get across of it? So I would automatically assume that running this river will be a must. And what I mean by running the river is you want to go up down both sides of this bank. And really, if you can, you want to try to go all the way down the river, because my guess would be there's going to be some water in spots here. These rivers are usually a really good spot. So I will run that river later. Find all the little drink zones and start to put together a map for when the game comes through. You know, a misconception that people make, I think, you look how big this map is. It's a big map. When you walk it, when you go across it, it's a big map. It's a lot. I mean, this is a large map, and there's a lot of land here because there's a lot of small waterways, except this one over here. However, but understand that those animals roam in sections of this map. You know, you go up here in the north and you might find certain species that you won't find here in the mid section of the map, or the south. Now, this is an educational moment, but let's say, for instance, that we're working on the south of the map. Now here's the feeding zone for the tapir, and here is another zone for the ocelot. So, and here's another zone for the tapir. Now, the animals that's in this area of this zone right here will probably be a lot of the same animals that will come up to this feeding zone later. They rest here at 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. and then they feed in the afternoon from 18 to 20. So a lot of the animals that's here will come up here to this zone. They will migrate. But understand, they don't migrate across the whole map. A lot of times if you get out of a zone and you say, well, I ain't finding no animals, and it's past the time for the zone, if you'll back off of that zone somewhere in a 350 to 400 yard distance, your animals are going to most likely be within that 400 to 500 yard distance. Now they may be traveling to another zone, but they just don't roam all over the map. So they are located at certain points on the map. And I may not be able to get this shot in here, but we're going to try it. I got it in there beautifully. Certain areas of the map, such as the northwest, north central, northeast, are going to hold certain animals. That's the way they section them off. And necessarily, you won't find, you might find a few animals on that borderline, if you can figure out what the borderline is of basically what animal's supposed to be where or where. But you know, if you're looking for an animal and you're not having any luck seeing anything at all of the species that you're looking for, you need to be looking at a different part of the map, because you're looking at the wrong spot. So that's just sort of a tip for everybody to try to remember. I don't know exactly what the exact radius, roam radius is, but I can tell you there's one there, and it's in play round the clock, because these animals, depending on that clock up there, game clock, move from point to point, much like they would in the wild if they're trying to feed or get a drink or rest or whatever they're doing. But everything's driven by time, of course. Speaking of time, if you ever have an opportunity to go to one of these shows, you really should go. You know, I get to see a lot of people that you have relationships with, but the show itself is great. A lot of vendors with a lot of stuff. This time there was a little hiccup over the vendors, but a lot of times there's a lot of vendors there with a lot of stuff for you to look at, see. The weigh-in's great. First time I'd ever been to that particular weigh-in, it was done great. So it was just an all-around good show. And of course, look how far can we swing this old gun? I missed him. I think old Bacon's about to get away, folks. But if you ever get a chance to go, you should go. And And John and Stephanie, they're great. They're just good folks. A lot of fun to be around. We're going to walk up to the house. They're laid back. Fun, joking. It's just a lot of fun. So you should go if you get a chance to go. All right, we're going to walk over here now and open the house. This is why I like to walk the map. See this zone right here is probably going to be a feeding zone. Or something. We'll find out what that is. What the hell is that say? Capybara? I've never heard of it. That's the one good thing about this game. You get to play, hunt things that you probably never would get a chance in life to hunt. Nicholas is here. I'm interested to see how everybody's going to do in the fishing competition. I'm hoping that everybody's had a little time to get acclimated to the game. I will announce that the fishing competition will not be until late September. Because I want to fish it, and I'm going to be gone the first week on another trip. So you got more time to get ready. But there's a greater crescent. That's just a small rodent animal. I'll be glad to see some white-tailed deer, something my country ass can pronounce. There's a little squeaking rodent in this brush. I'm working on, yeah, I know you've been working at it quite hard. I see you on it all the time. And you know I'm always here to help you if you get stuck. Listen, you can get stuck on Fishing Planet. It's a little bit of a learning curve to play it, but on the rod setups and things. And I helped Ernie with a mission the other day that had me stumped at first. I had to look at it twice. What you need to do, if you haven't done it, Nicholas, is go ahead and delete that game and then re-download it. That's what you need to do. Nick, because it's not going to get rid of your saved files. So you should, when you re-download it, should go right back to the game that you had. Read carefully, yes. Absolutely have to read carefully. Ernie was trying to do a mission. Yeah, just go ahead and delete it and re-download the whole thing. That's what you need to do. There's a corrupt file somewhere, and that's why it's causing it to crash. I had to do that with this hunting game on my PC the last 2 updates. For some reason, my updates are not patching correctly. So I've had to uninstall and reinstall. Ernie and I was trying to help Ernie with a mission, and it was to catch a trout. We was catching the damn thing, but it wasn't acknowledging that we had completed the mission. And what it was using the wrong bait. You got to use. I think it was a spinnerbait we had to use. You got one good thing about helping teaching y'all how to do it is that y'all will be able to help others after you learn. And I am going to open sign-ups in October. Now I'm going to wait till after the September gift card on the bass fishing because I want this to be for the guys that's been members. That's what this is about. That's about my members. I'm not giving away a gift card. To just anybody. I want you to be a member a while. So that's something that's earned as a gift from me to y'all for putting your time in with it and making it successful. So I want one of my members, current members, to get it. One of my new members, if somebody joins, can get one later. But right now it's about you guys. So. We are slowly getting the middle of the map open, and we are learning a few things along the way. Here's some collared pickering signs. We haven't seen any of that. So we're not only exploring the map. Look. That was those capybaras right there. And I messed that up because I should have been crouched down. I could have killed a couple of those. I did see your pieball. I looked at the competition pictures Sunday night, I think. I wanted to see if everybody turned in, or who turned in. And I wanted to see. I'm going to wait right here. That thing may come back out. This may be a feeding time for them. I'm going to wait here a minute. See if they come back out. I looked at them Sunday night to see who all turned in, make sure everybody got turned in the right spot. And that's when I realized it. Kelly had won, and then he put the video up, so. Of what I saw. That he won. I try to stay out of it when he's running it, so I don't believe in asking a man to do a job and then critiquing him to death. That's annoying. It's annoying as hell. Used to be to me too. But I'm just grateful for the help. Look how thick this mess is. Oh yeah, he's doing a great job. He's presenting it well, and the whole little live he done was spot on. So he's doing what he's told me he's gonna do. So. I was really, really tired when I got back. I crabbed as hard on old body. This mess is thick. So first two things I'll adjust when I go back is I will probably use this rifle. Because it's greatly suited for this map. But I will probably go back and put that other rifle up and use a handgun. The 454 for just defensive purposes against these cats. I wouldn't mind hunting this map with a 30-30. I think it would work great. Do a lever action, open side hunt. Probably get by with using the 10 gauge with buckshot in it on this map. I mean, this stuff's thick. Fishing's gonna be a little bit the bass competition. I expect it to be a tight competition. There's only oh shit, I forgot there's alligators on this thing. Or some kind of reptile. The bass are only so big on the Texas map, so I would suspect that it would be a tight competition. What is that? Is that Joker swimming? Y'all reckon I can hit him the top of the head with this rifle from this distance? Well, this ought to be a hell of a shot. I pull this off. Hell, there's a bunch of them out there. I don't think I got him. That's waste of damn ammo, ain't it? Hey, man, I got one. Do we have a floater? Let me see if we got a floater. I may have a floater. We have a floater. We did get one. We got one of them. Wait for him to come back to me. He's slowly coming. I didn't know them things go in the water till now. 0 back at 164. Hell, we may have got more than one. Looks like we got another floater back there. It doos, it doos. Yeah, we got another floater. We got two. Good job. Had to hit them suckers at the top of the head. That's only 300 yards. Well, we'll wait for these to float back and then we'll get on the move again. That was still 170 yards. Yeah. It's a funny looking joker, ain't it? Look like a big rat. Got him in the collarbone. Another one will be back here in a minute. We'll get on the move. That dog gonna fetch, so one doesn't be no good to send the dog. A little place full of them. That's coming. Weird animal. So I'm suspecting this river is probably going to be especially from here on back to where we shot those here to Bend, is a homestead for these critters on this map. They need to increase the speed on that swim back. And I got to figure out how to get across here without falling in the creek. Oh, crap. That dog scared the devil out of me. I have a spot on my head, kinda in the back. It gets like that. No, I get them too. It ain't no damn skeleton on my head. Uh, Probably a damn pimple. I get one on the back of my head every once in a while 'cause I use my neck, shoulders, and head to help move myself. And I'm always push it down on that spot so it gives me one. Could be your CPAP strap doing it too. I get the same thing, Ernie. So I like this map. I think it's going to be a very challenging map to hunt. And because it's really forestry and dense, it's kind of hard to... It's not the easiest thing to hunt. But easy's not always better. Yeah, I get the same thing. I know what you're talking about. Like I said, it's going to be interesting to see what the rest of the map looks like. If it's all going to be like this, this could be a very interesting place to hunt. It could pose for some challenging hunts on this map. I've been working at the bow hunter account mostly. I have been on that. I don't have enough setups, so I've been playing on that more, trying to make the money to get the setups. So I've got four setups now on Layton. One of them's an okay setup. I need to move it a little bit. It's really not getting enough traffic. But I got a couple of setups on there that's really good setups for the bow hunting. So I put my first setup on Mississippi Acres on the bow account yesterday. So, and I went and made some money to put up another setup. My goal is to have a totally different hunting experience on the Xbox network than I do on the PC. Over here I do a little bit of everything: ducks, birds, rifle hunting. So that's gonna be a bow account. What it's for. And I gotta tell you, I'm really getting into the bow hunting more and more. Just because the simple fact it's a lot challenging. More challenging. Yeah, I can sit here with a rifle and, shoot an animal from 300-400 yards. But when you do it with a bow and you do get into bigger animals like the high golds and the diamonds, it's sort of meaningful. Thought about a club. I have one. I have a club. If you'd like to join it, I may have to change the level rating, but I've got one. I've got one started. You're more than welcome to join it. They're going to be making improvements to club to the clubs before long, so that's a stand I'm unsure I'm going to build yet. It does look like it's in a good spot, but there's going to be a lot more club events. I'm going to tell you newbies, if you're working on Fishing Planet, you need to click on your missions and do your dailies if you can. Because the XP points that you get for some of you new guys is like, you'd have to catch 15, 20 fish to get, when you could just get it by catching doing the mission. I got to start getting my log splitter going so I can don't look like it's gonna be much deer watch this winter. How come they just not showing up? God, look how thick this stuff is. If I was to get charged right now by a jaguar, I'm dead. Money wise, afford to feed them hungry jokers. They polish off a sack of corn pretty quick. Bit of corn, huh? Yeah. They sure think it's for them too, don't they? All right, let's make a circle up here. Let's go to this spot in the middle of the map. It's going to be a long fall, but it is the northwest section of the middle section. These damn fences is something else. There we go. See what else we can get into. See what else we can see. We've unlocked a good piece of this. And if you wondered why I hadn't built the stands, I don't ever do that until later. Until I've had to go, after I get the map unlocked, I'll go back in and work on a specific area. Unlock all the feed zones and the watering zones best I can. And then I will decide what I'm going to strategically place as far as feeders and stands. All right. Appreciate it. Now somebody loves to say, well, you idiot, that's a lot of time wasted. Doing it that way, well, yeah, it can be, I guess. However, I'm looking at the lay of the land while I'm doing it, so I'm getting a mental picture of what's what and what's where. And how I figure I'm going to have to hunt it. That's the thing. I can tell you the rifle I've got is way too long distance rifle will be hunting this brush. Alright, there's a watering zone for a pig. Let me ease down here and make sure there's no other zones before I shoot. Nobody standing at the trough. Alright. There's 2 pigs here. I'm going to. There's a whole bunch of pigs here. All of the little hogs. So we're going to take one of the best angle. We're going to shoot him first. Good God, these pigs all over this thing. Look at them scurry. Dadgummit. Come on. We got to call it pickery. And picked up a watering zone. And they water at this spot from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. I'm going to go ahead and run this lake while I'm here, so I don't have to do it later. Now, what do I mean run the lake? Well, run down the edge of the bank here. And I'm looking for a big cluster of white like that, watering zones. There may only be one on this lake. I don't think this is one. This is where they walk through. Nope. But I'm going to run this whole lake. And then I'll come out on the other side and we'll go back walking. I was hoping there'd be another watering zone on here, but I don't think there's going to be one. Sometimes there's one for different species. we'll get back on track. So we picked up his own, and we picked up Scarlet Pickery. And now we know where to go hunt collards at if we want to go hunt them. That watering zone, 11 o'clock game time. Baby there. This is how you learn. This is how you learn. Got all this brush. I mean, you be good, get a 60-yard shot in this shit. Really. This stuff's a damn mess. All this stuff right here is a bow hunter's paradise. Ain't no telling what walks through here. Sometimes I'll just go sit in the stand. Sit back here and watch TV and sit in the stand and just sit there and let it run at different times of the game day to see what comes through and what don't. You'd be surprised at what you can learn by doing it. What is that? Oh, there's a branch sticking over there. Anyway, I was saying earlier, you know, you need to do your daily missions if you're, you know, just now get started in fish planning, because it gives you so much XP points that you'd have to catch, you know, 10 or 15 really nice fish in order to get that same amount of XP points that you got for completing the daily mission. In some ways, it's a lot easier now to level up because of the dailies than it used to be. I have made it to level 90. I'm in the process of working on getting to 91, so I hadn't played a few days, so let's get on that pretty quick. Man, this stuff is really, really thick. You find an open spot in here, it's got some animals coming through it. You'd be good to put a feeder up. Now, I almost assume. Now, assumption makes an ass out of you and me both. But I'm going to assume that this right here would be a good spot for a deer feeder. Got a little opening right here. If I could get a tree stand in this tree, which I don't think I can, I think it's too small. This tree, we could put a little feeder out here. That would be a good spot. Just looking at it. Now, will any game come to it? Won't know that till we put the feeder out. If you're only having 2 you know, maybe for instance like a low grade buck and 2 does come into a feeder, you probably need to move that feeder. There should be 6 to 8, 10 deer out there on a consistent basis. And everywhere you put a feeder is not going to give results. Just not. So you gotta experiment with it. Certain part of the day, I'm assuming this river is probably a hot spot. I'll have to run this river as well, or this section of it. I'm probably going to assume there's probably zones every 300 to 400 yards on this feeder, on this river. There's so much stuff to do on Fishing Planet once you guys get leveled up a little further that we will be able to do. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's not going to always be bass or, you know, we're going to fish for different species and we're going to fish different ways. Sometimes it'll be a lure competition. Sometimes it'll be any bait competition. Sometimes we're going to be fishing for a species that not big on lure selection. We're going to be bait rod fishing, so it's a lot to do. And that's why that I decided to make the change, because of the content value, something right here. Got a glimpse of something. It's right in behind that brush. Bear. Some funny looking bears on this map. There he is right there. We got him. He's about to go. He's down. That old bosun does the job, don't it? I probably have shot more stuff with this particular rifle. It's gonna be the first time we shot one of these bears. But I've shot more stuff with this particular rifle probably than any other. Don't you look at this funny looking dude? Than any other rifle in the game. So I think that much of it. Look at the. It looks like the Joker. Look like a doggone oversized raccoon. That'd be a hell of a raccoon weighing 131 pounds. I know everybody's got their preference of rifle in game. And that's why they make so many, because everybody got a different taste. But if I'm going to be deer hunting, I'm going to be using this most of the time. I will be back Tuesday for another episode of this Peru map. We will probably work on the northern section next week. I need to come back down here and open that one spot up, but where'd that thing go? I think he's slipping the Mickey. He's gone. That little bitty old animal wasn't supposed to be shooting with this gun anyway. I was gonna do it, but we got 38 people in there watching this mess. Appreciate each and every one of you. Oh shit. I'm looking for a cat, folks. Don't think this is a big cat. Good Lord, I got them all around me. Update the farm and sim, yeah. This is a nice opening. Probably could put a feeder of some sort up there. Yeah, the bow hunting grind is really, I'm really having a lot of fun with that. I guess I'm looking for more challenges, and bow hunting is a challenge on its own anyway. Look. Oh, there's a big 08 mythical bear. That's a huge bear. Be too big too long because we busted him. We fixed the kill. He dead. That's a nice bear. So when you get into the you know, I've been playing this game 10 years off and on, and you reach a plateau where you're, you know, done anything just back with a gun you can do besides kill a great one whitetail, which I'm on the grind for that now. But I mean, there's other great ones to kill, don't get me wrong, but after a while you really start looking for bigger challenges, and bow hunting is that challenge. I mean, it's just like that bear I shot just then. Now I shot him from way up the hill up there. He didn't know I was even there. I'll give you a yardage on him in a minute. 83 yard shot. And that son of a gun paid $1,500. If that had been a bow shot, I'd have had to sneak it within 60, 65 yards. 70 stretching it. It's doable. I did shoot it one the other day from 100. Well, it was 99 actually, but just if I could see I could do it, and I did. I hit him. I chased him a ways, but I did harvest. So now I'm not advocating going out and taking 100-yard shots with a bow, because your success rate is going to be pretty low, but the bow hunting does add a whole different twist to it. It really does. it does make it a little more difficult just because of the way the game's set up. You know, you can pretty much set the game up. You can either be a really good expert at the shotgun or rifle or handgun or archery, depending on how you spend your points when you do level up. But it's really hard to get an equal balance for all weapons. And what I done is I just had the second account for Xbox, and I just decided I was gonna use that for a bow account. And yeah, it cost me money to buy the game, but I already had bought it for Xbox anyway. And it costs money for the DLCs when they come out, but you know, you can't take it with you, I can assure you that. So and this day and time, if you did take it with you and they put it in the damn coffin with you, some ass would come dig you up and steal it. In this day and time. So I guess it all depends on what you like. I shot the new bow that come with this DLC. It's a pistol bow. I gotta tell you, I was not impressed. It shoots kind of wild. Probably something I'll never use, but it's certainly not like my longbow or my compound bow, where it's spot on accurate. If I do my part, that bow's going to yield a harvest. If I do my part. I'm not quite that confident in that other bow. It's a little shaky. And that's being nice. But if you notice now, we're starting to get up into some mountainous terrain up here. It'll be interesting to see what's up here. You know, you don't need every rod in Vision Planet. And you certainly don't need every gun on Call of the Wild. I've got just about every gun, because I'm a gun nut. But what I use 90% of the time, excluding the one that I'm using currently for the grind, because that is for a different tool for a different job. But I use this Bosun and the 308, and of course the 30-30 as far as rifles. And I use the shotguns for bigger game. Okay, now we've got a whitetail here that we just heard. Let's see if we can get a spot on it before he runs. Probably not. There he goes out the back door. He's just a little boy. Whole bunch of whitetails down there. We just shot a little buck. Running, so we'll go gather him. But you really don't need to buy all that getting started. I try to point out some good rods for some of the guys get started in Fish Planet. Because you can't just get overwhelmed and buy a bunch of stuff you don't need. And stuff in that game is costly. I'm looking for this deer. What say Brian B? Ain't hard to run no way. That's a long shot. Let me scan these hills. That look like something standing there as a rock. There's something on the other side. That's one of them bears. Here comes some deer down the hill. See if there's any boys with them. Don't think so. Think they're does. That might be a little boy right there. I'm gonna watch these a minute, see where they go. Okay. This would actually be a really good spot to set up and just stalk for a long range shot. Okay. That's where they's going right there. Feeding area right here. Since there's any big ones in here. We're gonna shoot that one right there. That's why I wanted to watch to see if they were going. I figured they were headed to a zone. So, let's go down there and collect the 2 harvests we got. We shot 1 standing and 1 running. Then we're going to go down there and look at this spot and see where I could put a setup in here for later if I want to. This is kind of a nice spot for a setup. Let's go get the other one. You see how vital they're on the run. So. What is that? That sounds like a damn elk. No elk on this map. Alright, let's go up here and look at this. Because I sure would like to get a setup up here. Way up high where I can see. Let me go look. See what I can come up with. Might be able to get the best of both worlds right here. Might be able to see off the back. Not much. Let's see. I'm thinking. Yeah, this will work. I'm going to leave this here. Which is going to be close to this house. Within 300 yards of it. 350. I'm going to leave that there because I want to come back and hunt that. Seeing that nice flock of deer out there, but I want to be able to come back and see maybe I want to move that or I want to put a feeder up. A feeder and a feeding zone, some people say that's a waste of a feeder. I choose to look at it as such. If I bring it in 4 deer to a zone without a feeder, but I'm bringing 10 deer in to a zone with a feeder, then tell me how that's a waste. We're going to shoot this little old bitty buck here. And I'm missed. Shot over. Well, we blew the crap out of that. So if I'm bringing in twice as many deer, is it really a waste? I don't think so. I want to get into a position where I can put at least 5 feeders out on a map, on every map for the bow hunting. But I got a lot of money there to do all that. So, just about got one map done. And I put a stand up on Mississippi. Let's run up here and unlock this. If I can get in the gate. Run in here and see if the maid's been here. Alright, let's head. We're going to fast travel here. And then we're going to walk to the other outpost. I don't know what in the world that was. That sounds like Brian B. when he eat too much. Let's drop a pin on the map. Head this way. We're going to open this other outpost before we end today. Hunt a little while longer. And I'll be back Tuesday. We're going to look at this map some more. I'm going to have to do some figuring on this. I need to figure out how to get this best way to attack this map. I tell you what, if Hunt Club gets a dose of this map, which it will eventually, there's going to be some tough hunting on this map. It's got a lot of vegetation. And from what I've seen so far, not a lot of big shooting lanes. You're going to have to rely on some other skills. I'm thinking I need to come on here with a bow and maybe get a little stand or two put up, see what I can do. That bear paid $1,500. That's a pretty damn good paycheck. If I give me about 10 of those, I'd be in good shape. I have $321,000 on this account. The other one I got maybe 30. I mean, look at all this brush. Good night, Irene. I'm gonna run this little old pond here. See if there's anything of worthiness out here as far as the watering zone. I don't suspect there'll be more than one on it there. We'll run it. All I'm seeing is a bunch of collared pickering tracks, which is nothing wrong with the collards, but no, that's not. I didn't figure it would be. Nicholas Hogan won the collared pickery contest we had. All right. We're on the way to the next destination. I appreciate everybody hanging in there. I got a big crowd in here this week. Y'all must have missed me. I was going to start playing some classic on the channel. EW has made the decision after 17 years to end Classic, the Hunter Classic, because of, well, what else would there be? Financial reasons. Game's had a 17-year life. It was the predecessor to this game, and it was a great fun game. We played it a little bit on the channel, but this game had come out by then. But there's a lot of people that's upset to see it go because it's an online type of game software, and there's no way to give everybody an individual map and make the game work right. So after 17 years in November, they're going to be giving that to Axe. And that will be gone, but Call of the Wild will still be living on. I'm sure if I had to take an educated guess, that EW is probably already working on the next hunting game. I would almost bet the farm on it. This game is soon to be 10 years old. Come out 2017. And I'm sure if they build another hunting game, they're going to have their resources and everything in order. And enough people on the project to get it turned out, because some of these game sellers like Steve, and they be kind of pushing them on down the road to get the content out. And so I'm sure there's going to be another hunting game coming out. Been playing Guided Wars since 2012? Yeah. Well, if there is a new hunting game, my other assumption is that it will be built on Engine 5, which is an upgrade from this engine. You'll have better graphics, but you'll also have to have a bigger system to run it too. That is the trade-off. I'm gonna come back in there and run this river, all this waterway eventually, looking for spots. I'm gonna walk across. See what kind of tracks these are coming away from here. Greater Crimson. One of those little small marten looking animals. Probably won't hunt those much. Some of these animals are going to be a challenge to hunt if we ever get on this map as far as the Gun Club, because some of these animals don't have a natural collar. And you're going to have to find them jokers. You're going to have to either be set up when they feed or they drink, or know which paths they're taking, because some of them don't have collars. I just see us all sneaking around in the bushes looking for a damn ferret. Trying to kill one. Oh my God. That's a hunt I'll set out. think I just heard a sheep. Yeah. Well, you gotta do a lot of glassing on this map. I know that joker's back here. There he is. Got him. First cat off the Peru map. I don't know if I even shot him with the right gun, to tell you the truth. We're gonna find out, I guess. I used the 300 on those. That don't surprise me in the least, son. You glued to that 300. I think you'd bury it if you could. Oh my goodness. Anytime you tell me anything about that 300, it don't surprise me in the least. That boy's got him obsession with that rifle. I know when I do the competitions and I make him hunt ethical with ethical gun, he just slaps himself upside the head every time I say it. Oh Lord. I get a little chuckle out of it, by the way. Now that animal would have probably been a gold. But because I shot him with the wrong gun, he's only a silver. Yes, it would have been a gold. It's almost a diamond. Well, I got the right gun. Just for not that animal. But most of the animals on here are 3 to 7. And I didn't look to see what that was, so I need to probably change that 300 rifle over to a probably will change it over to the SKS. talk about in-game guns. And I know there's going to be folks who's probably going to disagree with me on this. And that's alright. Everybody's entitled to have an opinion. But I have to tell you that, in my opinion, you probably only need three guns in this whole game. Maybe 4. You're going to get the 243 free. Now, we all know that it's big enough to shoot deer and coyotes and some of the bigger predators. And it's free, and you get free ammo with it. That's another plus. Other than buying, if you're buying a bunch of weapons, you're probably not going to use them all enough to warrant the cost of them. But I would say that if you're gonna buy anything, first thing you should do is buy a little bit stouter 2-6 rifle, in my opinion. The 243 is a great gun, but it's a little light. And I would suggest the 2-6 Quest Reaper, just because to me it hits a little harder, but that's just my opinion. Now, that gun can be used for varieties of varmints, and is much more suited to take down the deer than the 243 is, my opinion. I think everyone should have a better 2-6 rifle. I also think that it's not a necessity, but it is a requirement in some areas, such as this Peru, where most of your animals are 3-7. I think everybody should have a good 3-7 rifle. I like to Mosin. Doesn't mean you like to Mosin. That's 2 guns. 4-8 is a must, whether you choose the 308 or whatever you choose to use. And then, of course, the 7-9s. But my 7-9 is the 300 as well. So that's what I think. Now, I'm sure everybody's got a difference of opinion. Campfire. Don't get out of the campfire. Good God. We have opened everything up in the middle of the map. $300 is a good choice, Troy. It's the only choice. Well, some of us consistently shoot in the lungs and in the heart. We don't butt shoot the deer. I've seen some of your shots. Oh my God. All right, we are back up here on the mountain where we put the stand up. I'm gonna go check this out for just a few minutes. We're about getting close to the end of the stream today, but we're gonna go check this out. I'm gonna go run down here. I decided to do it this way. If I can get out of this place. got me trapped. Alright, I'm going to run up here. And we're going to change the time to 13:30. And I'm just going to sit and visit with y'all a few minutes. And see what comes out on this watering hole, deer-wise. To see if what I want to invest in this area up here. And see if I need to change the wind. Or I need to move the position of the stand. For the wind. That is true. I usually kill 2 or 3 or 4. Oh crap, I like to walk off the edge of that. That wouldn't feel good. Alright, I'm going to set up here a minute. Change time to 13:30, I think. Let me make sure. Yes. I'm going to change this to 13:40, actually. Then I'm going to quickly get up in this stand. Now, why am I doing this? Well, I want to see what comes through here during the feeding time. And I want to see what the wind direction is going to be at this time of the day. And my wind direction is horrible. Alright, we're going to see what happens here. I don't know what's going to happen. We're just going to wait. And these deer are going to come out sometime. Here probably the next 10 minutes or so. But I want to see where they're going to come from. That's going to be the thing. Where is the trail? And is my wind? My wind is blowing that way, so that's not a good sign. I may have to move this operation differently. I really need to have I really need to be down here. Probably right there. I may have to put a different blind up there. Actually, we'll see what happens. We're just going to check this out real quick, see what it does. A lot of times, this is how I find good spots to set up feeders at. Those deer are going to come in from a certain direction. They may come from that way. They could come from this side, but they're going to come in. Usually, pretty much within the same trail every day, they're going to come through. So the question is if they come from this way, can I go set up a feeder back up here somewhere 400 or 500 yards from where they're going to be and catch them coming through? That may be the thing to do, but I just got to wait to see what the game's doing. So it's just a waiting game. And a lot of times when I set up a feeder or a set, a lot of times I'll have to go set in it a while and see if it's going to produce. Not every one of these spots produce. So We'll just wait with this terrible wind to see. The stand probably needs to be. I would say maybe up on this hill right here would be a better spot. This green patch. Right there where that orange dot's at. That would still allow me to see this way and see back up this way. So, and change the wind direction. We'll just wait and see. I do not like this wind. I'll quickly move this. Still not gonna help me much. We're gonna wait here a minute and see what happens. There's a whitetail coming in. Let's see what he does. Gonna win me. Gonna win me right there. Let's see if he wins me. I may be further enough out that he won't. She's calm. Another deer slipped off a hill up there. So they're probably going to slip off this hill up here somewhere between here and come down through the tree line. And come out probably real close to where they don't know I'm here yet. They hadn't figured it out. Where'd he go? There he is. There he is. Let's see where they're going. They just walked on by. I'll give you a few more minutes to see what happens. Mm-hmm. Should be something coming right there. Close to that green icon there on the screen. Or 1426 rather. So, see something pretty quick. A better value than a doe and a ball buck. That's certainly nothing to get excited about putting set here. So, what's up, Dan? That'd be a shame if this spot don't turn out, because it really is a good spot, vision wise. Now you can see back up here, you know, but I doubt very many deer come out of there. My guess would be they gonna come out right here. Or right here in two spots, these trees. They come down that hill up here. Come down here. That would be my guess. But my guess is not always right, because I don't always find a good set. But because this is open and I'm kind of on the high ground, it makes it good for viewing pleasure, but what's viewing pleasure without game? I don't suspect Minnie's going to walk off the mountain up there. That's generally not the way the game works. Not saying it doesn't happen. I'm just saying for the most part. I don't expect to see a whole lot of her. Okay, we got one coming in from down here somewhere. I heard him. He's going to be coming out here. Let's see what this is. It's going to be something coming to the feeding zone. Unless I'm winding him. And if he doesn't show up, then you can rest assured that's what happened. Then I probably got winded. The wind is terrible right here. Not any better right here than it was over yonder. There's your deer. My guess would be she's probably not by herself. We'll see what trots out here. That's another positive I can say about the bow hunting. The hell is that? The other good positive to bow hunting on here is that most of the time, if you pluck a deer out of a herd, it's probably not going to spook your animal when you shoot a bow. You shoot a rifle, you can forget it. They gone. Too hot for you outside? Yeah, I think you better stay in the house. I see we should have seen something more than what we're seeing right here. And we're not. And I think part of it has to do with the wind. So. I'm actually going to wait till 1510, which is about 20 minutes game time, which would be about 10 minutes actual time. If we don't see anything by then, I'm going to pull this tripod. Check this out another day, and see. See, they're supposed to be here right now, so. And I'm sure it's the winds. I can imagine so. Last thing you need to do right now, Ernie, is get out there and get overheated. I'll have you sick for a week. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that'll have you sick for a week. Don't need that. Huh? Mm-hmm. I got a fever blister coming up on my lip. Well, fever blister coming up right now. You got any of that stuff? That stuff you put on there once for. No, you had some kind of special medicine. I'm gonna give it to you a lot of time. I said I was gonna give it. That's it. Pick beans before work and mow the grass after. I think it's gonna be a bust, boys. I mean, there'll be a few deer distracted through here. But nothing exciting that I've saw yet, so we go on to the next spot shortly. Okay, I'll be down here in a minute. Think I just smoked that joker? You see that zombie kind of cut a flip? Yeah, we're gonna pull this. This is not meeting expectations. I gotta get out here and go get my carcass. Thank you, thank you. Now I just gotta go find the little goat. See if Fido will come up with it. No, you used the right gun. .214 is a diamond. That's a 202. No. Boy, that thing walloped him. Alright, well, main objectives for next week is going to be go up here and get this one, and go get this one. And then, Lord have mercy, we'll still have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, God dog, there's 10 outposts on this thing. Or 14 outposts on this thing. Alright. Alright. To be continued on Tuesday. Oh, my back is still giving me trouble. Alright. Good God. God bless you and thank you for being a part of Real and Virtual Outdoors. I will see you guys in chat sometime tonight, somewhere, and I'll be here Tuesday as always. God bless you and thank you for watching. I will see you very, very soon.